Welcome to Inside Story. He would have turned 58 this year if it hadn't been for his untimely death. In a moment, a look at the legend and how fans plan to remember Bruce Lee on the 25th anniversary of his passing. That's later. Well, its debut was disastrous, and it's still trying to recover. Problems are still affecting cargo handling, security, and the computer systems at the new airport. For the tens of thousands of travelers adversely affected on the first day of Chek Lap Kok's opening, their travels became a nightmare they'd rather forget. Well, Inside Story now introduces you to two visiting businessmen who had the misfortune of trying to fly out of Hong Kong on opening day, but found themselves not only stranded, but struggling to get help.
We've just been here on business for 3 or 4 days, and we're just about to leave now, travelling to mainland China.
And what do you think about this opening of the new airport?
Oh, it's fantastic. It looks really nice. Quite excited. Should be a good trip. Yeah.
Your flight left 2 hours ago. Why are you still here?
Strange checking in 2 hours early, and as instructed and missing the flight, we sat in the VIP business lounge area, and because there was no gate allocated to the flight yet, and finally when they did call us and said go down to the gates, to gate number 11, I remember, they told us the flight had already left. So a bit of a weird scenario where we were called and there were no announcements, and the only call that was made, we turned up and they told us the flight had gone. So we asked where our bags were and, well, is there another flight, etc. We got sent to the transfer desk, and at the transfer desk another airport official told us no, the plane was still in Hong Kong.
Still in Hong Kong?
Was still on the ground in Hong Kong, so we don't know what the situation was. Fact is, we missed the flight, and so we asked where our bags are. We'd like to get the next flight or change our travel plans. Travelled either to Beijing this evening or Kunming tomorrow, but we're still waiting. They don't know where our bags are, and we don't know whether the plane left or not, or whether people's bags are on the plane or not. So we said there's a real security issue here.
What's going to happen if you don't find your bags today? Are you going to stay in Hong Kong?
Well, we have no other choice because we asked for other flights. There were no other available flights today. We don't know where our bags are. So until we get an answer, either saying they're lost or they can't delayed, we will stay in Hong Kong tonight. And we have asked the airline if there's anything they can help us with in terms of compensation, rather than spend the night at the airport, as nice as it allegedly is. But they've said, well, they can't help us with anything.
How do you feel right now? Are you angry?
A bit tired, exhausted, frustrated. More frustrated than anger. When you talk to the staff who are here, I think they're more angry than actual passengers, because they're the ones having to deal with it and they have no idea what's going on. As you know, we've been told all sorts of stories as to where our bags are, where a plane has been. So I think I feel more sorry for the people working at the airport. We would have liked to have left for Beijing yesterday, but we have not been able to take a flight to Beijing because we're still missing our luggage, our 3 pieces of luggage that we checked into the airport on Monday. So we're still waiting, and we tried all day yesterday to phone the airport authority and baggage services, and they still cannot find our luggage. So we have to wait because we have no destination for them to send the luggage to. So we wait for 1 day for them to try and find our luggage.
So where were you going to?
We were flying to Kunming for business meetings on Monday afternoon.
And then fly on from Kunming to Beijing the following morning. And we missed all of it.
Well, we've already spent all day yesterday, ourselves, travel agents who we booked the tickets through, and some the hotel have been very helpful, to phone the airport services, and it's constantly engaged and no answer. So they have failed to give us a reply, as they told us when we reported our luggage lost. So we'd like to actually go back to the airport, because clearly sitting here just telephoning is no good. And unfortunately, we checked some baggage through rather than just carry on luggage, and there were some documents and business attire. Can you page him for us, please?
You mean on Monday night?
Supervisor, yeah? Senior supervisor.
Will anybody who is in charge of my lost luggage?
Lost luggage.
From?
Escort you downstairs to the office.
You think, yeah? Will that be the best thing to do?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Oh, very good. We're going to the office. Lost luggage.
Since Monday. Since Monday. Can have anything?
Well, we have not received any phone calls all day yesterday.
And we still haven't got any luggage.
And we still have no luggage, no compensation. We've missed flights to Beijing because no one has phoned us.
Look at that square there.
Look here, read that. Yeah. Read this. Passengers satisfied for us to look for documents and for luggage bags, and send to, hold on, read it, look at it, and send to temporary address by 3 o'clock, the 7th of July. No one phoned us. Nobody phoned the hotel. We tried to phone you on all of these numbers.
No, we also try to find you. Right now, we have no computer.
So where are the bags?
The bag just
Can we
lying.
report these lost then?
Sorry?
These bags are lost, right?
It's not lost.
They're not lost?
Not lost, it's
Where are they then?
in Hong Kong.
Go find them.
Show
in
me.
Hong Kong.
I want to have my bag now, if possible. Thank you very much.
We've missed meetings and we've missed flights.
You have no computer. It's not my problem. I lost the flight.
Yeah, but it's my problem.
Is that your problem?
It's my problem. Yeah, it's my problem.
Then solve it.
I try to follow your file one by one.
Then solve it. We've been here for...
How can I solve? It's controlled by airport authority.
This is now 48 hours. 48 hours since we checked in.
No, I've never been asleep for over 24 hours.
So the Jardine Airport Authority accepts responsibility for China Southern.
Do you want to be going to?
Everything wet inside?
Everything is like...
Not where.
Phil.
Humid.
But about your luggage, why did it get wet? I can't try to. This receive it is on the.
But if you write something like this,
Yeah.
that means that you are going to phone me.
Yeah, suppose all of our bags we
then
find in this
you
phone.
you should not have compromised on doing something you won't do.
We waited. We waited at the airport to help you. For 12 hours we waited so that we could take our luggage and leave. We came to the airport and asked where our bags were again. And they were soaking wet, things were ruined, suits were shrunk, we had to put back meetings. It was very embarrassing for us. So
course, everyone regrets those things happening.
Yeah.
But I think that's an issue to address with the airline.
Yeah, it was quite bizarre turning up to an airport 3 hours early and missing the flight still, and then the plane still being here. And I think it was unfortunate. I think the airport's very nice, but it just wasn't ready. And the impression is it just wasn't ready.
The thing that you're always faced with, of course, is no matter how many trials you have, to go up to full-scale operation in a short period of time is a whole order of magnitude of more complexity.
Do you think it was a bit too ambitious then?
No, I think you have to do it that way because obviously for flight reasons and that, we had to make the move from high-tech overnight. So I think we did the very best we could. And as you can see, it only took us a few days to get the situation pretty well under control.
Passenger-wise, cargo is still a problem.
Is a more difficult
major issue.
And HACL's been talking about that, of course, publicly.
Do you think that you'll find it hard to live with this for a while?
Well, I'm so busy trying to get things continuing in the way that they've been operating very effectively. I haven't really thought too much about the broader aspects of it, other than the fact that we're very sorry about the events that occurred. Thank you.
Are you satisfied with what he said to you?
No, it's an understanding, diplomatic response. Yeah, I think he's under incredible pressures, not just from passengers, but airlines, and the cargo issue is much bigger. So it was an absolute standard response. I feel quite sorry for the guy.
What happened in China? What was your schedule like because of the delay?
It's a little bit more rushed than we would have liked. We didn't get to spend as much time with people. I'm very, very rushed and packed in Beijing, and unfortunately we had to. We couldn't get the time to visit the original Kunming destination.
So what's your schedule like today?
It's pretty busy. I've had to fly in, pick up some luggage we'd left because we didn't want to check in any luggage last week at Chek Lap Kok, and I guess our plans for the watching the World Cup final have changed a little bit, so we'll watch that in Hong Kong. But yeah, we're still pretty busy, and tomorrow I've got more meetings that are hangover from last week.
How do you think you'll feel the next time you fly into Hong Kong?
I'll be apprehensive whether my bags are actually there or not when I land. I think the airport's great. It's probably going to be a good thing for Hong Kong in, you know, once it's up and running. But at present, it's just not ready. It's clearly not ready. It's causing massive problems for everybody. Passengers, cargo, you know, I'm one case out of a million, I'm sure.